What if the breakfast you trust every single morning after 60 is quietly draining your energy instead of restoring it? What if the bowl you believe protects your heart is actually raising your blood sugar? What if the smoothie you think nourishes your muscles is, in reality, slowly accelerating their loss? After decades of working in nutrition and metabolic medicine, I have observed a consistent and concerning pattern. After 60, the body no longer responds to food the way it did at 30 or 40. The same breakfast that once provided stable energy can now raise glucose, increase inflammation, promote fat storage, weaken muscle tissue, slow circulation. This is not theory. This is physiology. In today's video, we'll examine 4 breakfasts adults over 60 should seriously reconsider, and 4 powerful morning meals that support strength, metabolic balance, and longevity. Everything you'll hear is based on clinical observation and supported by scientific evidence. By the end of this video, you'll understand why oatmeal may not be the best choice after 60, how smoothies can trigger hidden insulin spikes, why combining dairy and fruit may burden aging digestion, which breakfasts protect muscle mass and brain health, and how simple swaps can transform your morning energy. If you are over 60, especially if you experience fatigue, prediabetes, brain fog, muscle loss, or chronic inflammation, this information could be critically important. Stay until the end, because the number 1 longevity breakfast is surprisingly simple, and it may change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. Part 1: Breakfasts that may accelerate aging after 60. 4. Oatmeal as a primary breakfast. Oatmeal has long been considered the gold standard of a heart-healthy breakfast. Warm, comforting, rich in fiber. But here is the metabolic reality. After 60, carbohydrate tolerance declines. Muscle cells respond less effectively to insulin. Glucose remains in the bloodstream longer, and the pancreas is forced to work harder. Even whole oats ultimately break down into glucose. Instant and rolled oats do so even faster. In younger adults, this may go unnoticed. But in older adults, it often leads to higher blood sugar peaks, earlier hunger, mid-morning fatigue, increased visceral fat storage. The deeper issue is not oatmeal itself, but the lack of sufficient protein alongside it. Many seniors eat predominantly carbohydrate-based breakfasts. That means muscles, already declining with age, receive insufficient amino acids to maintain strength. Over time, this eating pattern contributes to sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that affects mobility, balance, and independence. Oatmeal is not harmful, but for many adults over 60, it is incomplete. 3. Fruit smoothies, even with protein. Smoothies seem modern, convenient, and nutritious. But blending fruit fundamentally changes how it is absorbed. When fruit becomes liquid, the fiber structure breaks down. Sugars absorb more rapidly. Chewing signals are bypassed. The result is a rapid glucose spike. In aging metabolism, this is often followed by a crash. And within 2 hours, you may feel tired or hungry again. Adding protein powder does not always solve the problem. Many powders contain artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, isolated amino acids, thickening agents. These can irritate the intestine and disrupt microbiome balance, especially in older adults. There is also a satiety issue. Liquid calories activate fullness hormones less effectively than solid food. So despite appearing balanced, smoothies often do. 2. Yogurt with fruit. One of the most popular, healthy breakfasts. Protein, probiotics, antioxidants. But digestion changes noticeably after 60. Lactase production declines. Intestinal motility slows. The microbiome shifts. When dairy sugars and fruit sugars combine, fermentation in the gut may increase. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, inflammation, Impaired mineral absorption. In some older adults, frequent combinations of dairy and fruit are associated with unstable blood sugar and digestive stress. Again, yogurt on its own may be fine. Fruit on its own, too. But together, in an aging digestive system, they may be metabolically incompatible. 1. Healthy toasts. Avocado toast. Toast with nut butter. Whole grain bread with egg. It looks balanced. But many types of bread, even whole grain, behave in the bloodstream like refined carbohydrates. When combined with fat, digestion slows significantly. In older adults with reduced vascular elasticity, heavy carb and fat breakfasts may increase post-meal blood viscosity and blood pressure fluctuations. This can cause sluggishness, dizziness, brain fog. Bread does not necessarily need to be eliminated completely. But for many people after 60, refined morning carbohydrates can destabilize circulation and metabolism. Part 2. Breakfasts that support strength and longevity. Now, what actually works? The right breakfast can preserve muscle mass, stabilize glucose, reduce inflammation, improve mental clarity, prolong independence. 4. Vegetable omelette with a protein focus. Eggs provide complete protein with all essential amino acids needed to maintain muscle. After 60, muscle protein synthesis declines. So the timing of protein intake becomes critical, especially in the morning. Vegetables add antioxidants that protect the brain and blood vessels. Cooking with stable fats, ghee, olive oil, improves absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. This kind of breakfast supports stable glucose, long-lasting satiety, muscle repair, metabolic balance. It sets a stable tone for the entire day. 3. Cottage cheese with cinnamon or seeds. Cottage cheese contains casein, a slowly digested protein that releases amino acids gradually over several hours. This helps counteract age-related muscle breakdown. Cinnamon improves insulin sensitivity. Seeds provide magnesium and healthy fats. Together, this creates a metabolically stable, muscle-supportive breakfast without excessive glucose load. 2. Barley or low-glycemic whole grains. If choosing grains, barley often produces a gentler glycemic response than oats. Its beta-glucan lowers LDL cholesterol, stabilizes glucose, feeds beneficial gut bacteria. That's why it suits the aging metabolism better than highly processed cereals. 1. Balanced traditional breakfasts. In longevity regions, older adults often eat simple, balanced breakfasts. Eggs, vegetables, fermented foods, a moderate amount of healthy fats. They don't look trendy, but they are metabolically effective. They provide protein for muscles, micronutrients for the brain, and a steady release of energy. And that is exactly what aging physiology needs most. Conclusion. The goal is not to fear food, but to understand that after 60, the body changes its metabolic rules. Breakfast becomes not just a habit, but a biological signal. If you choose high glycemic, low protein meals, you may accelerate fatigue and muscle loss. If you choose balanced, protein-rich, anti-inflammatory foods, you support strength, clarity, and independence. If this video was helpful, share it with someone over 60 who cares about aging well. And write in the comments. What do you usually eat for breakfast, and how do you feel afterward? Because sometimes the smallest morning change creates the biggest long-term result.